A lot of people are, they look at a game, they're like, oh, yeah, you do like performance capture, like mocap, like somebody has to like act this out with ping pong balls glued to them. This looks like the most insane like high school student film made by adults.
Are we going to show a little bit of that? We can do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, baby.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
We're going to roll a clip right now, and if you haven't seen something like this, you're in for a real treat. This is what it looked like before they added the graphics.
Okay, so obviously video games are incredibly difficult to make, right? And you always hear about the sort of blood, sweat, and tears and everything goes into it. Everything in that video looked fun as hell. Like that looked like you guys were having a blast. They were building toys. There's like toy cars. There's action figures doing stunts. There's no mocap ping pong balls or anything like that. How does that go from that into a video game?
That's a good question. I mean, so that's not the mocap. Is the thing. So this is, I mean, you guys are in production, so you guys know all about this. But I mean, really, there's a lot of different stages of production before something gets to be a final product. And with this, what we just saw here, like I said, like Max was saying, it's called previs. In the West, we call it previs. At Capcom in Japan, we actually call it viconte, which is video content. And the idea is that we want to know when we make the cutscenes, because we're going to spend all this money on, like you said, the mocap, on rendering, on animation, to create a cutscene, right? And the cool thing about Devil May Cry 5 is that Devil May Cry 5 and RE2 is that there are no pre-rendered cutscenes. All that stuff is in the RE engine. So it always blows my mind when I look at that, because it's like, Jesus, you can move the camera around with this like if you wanted to in the dev build. But you need, again, you guys know all about this. You need a way to block for the camera to know that, okay, when we're taking a scene, when we need to know what's going to be on the camera, what's going to be seen, what's not going to be seen, so that you're not making more than you need to. Ideally, if you did move the camera in that cutscene that's in the final game, there's literally like nothing there outside of what you see on the camera. That's what blocking means, right? Basically, what's blocking what on the camera. So this is really just blocking for the camera, and also a way for our engineers and our artists to get a sense of, okay, this is kind of what we're going for. And then we have lots of other stages where we kind of move up, and we do like you said, mocap with different actors. Actually, a lot of these guys are the same actors. And
I was going to say, they seem too good to just leave here and not come back to.
Right, yeah. Actually, you're right. Yeah, most of these guys are actually the same mocap actors, except for, like Dante is Ruben Langdon, for instance.
What about the van?
The Van Coon. Van Coon. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think we mocapped the van.
I love the thought that somebody goes to like school for computer science for years, and they show up and they're like, all right, time to make a video game. It's like, all right, you're making a cardboard van.
Yeah.
Get on it.
Well, and yeah, it's amazing, right?
Yeah.
But the cool thing is, at Capcom, we've been doing this on all of our games for years. So like Resident Evil 6 had this stuff. Resident Evil Revelations 2, I worked on that. Like we had this stuff. And I've always wanted to see this in our games. So we kind of had a goal for Devil May Cry 5 where like we want to say, look, we want to make this simple. So anybody that wants to buy the game, they can just get like the standard edition. They should get all of the relevant content in the game. And then we said, well, we got all this extra stuff. Like we got these previs scenes, and we have ideas for like, well, what if we made these kind of like different devil breakers? Maybe we could put some extra music in the game from the old games as a kind of throwback. Could we not do something with that? And we thought, all right, well, you know what? If we make that something where we'll make it part of a deluxe package. So you could buy the deluxe package of the game, or you could just buy it as an upgrade, a DLC upgrade, and you can get this and all that stuff in there. And so that was finally we could finally get all these cool live action cutscenes in one of our games.
Which I love. I think everyone across the board appreciates not only that level of transparency and how something like this comes together, but also to be able to go and look at that whenever they want, because people will have iconic and favorite moments in this game and favorite cutscenes, and to go back to where it was in its idea form, you know, like somewhere between mocap and storyboarding, to be like, oh, this is where they were locking down the cinematography. This is what it looks like when like he's in front of a fan and his jacket's whipping in the background. Because it wasn't just, I think you guys like, you're downplaying it a little bit. I think it wasn't just the blackout shots. I think it was also because it looked really cool. Like I think to put a guy on like a cardboard motorcycle and blow a fan in his face.
We got these people that everybody that works on these games in Japan and America too are just so passionate about it. You know, they just want to make the coolest thing they can. And this was at I think this was at Toei Animation Studios, if I'm correct, which, you know, Toei is like one of the biggest, you know, studios in Japan. And they're just a bunch of really professional, really cool people that just want to do the coolest thing they can.